Welcome, Taffers and Taffettes and non-gendered a-binary person who identifies as a fucking tugboat.
Just shut up right there.
I'm RazörFist, and this is Delta Burke. She's lost a lot of weight and grown a beard. Boshuda. We're just gonna sit here and bullshit for a minute, while we make sure the fucking stream works. Whenever you're ready, precious.
Shut up.
Godspeed, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this fine occasion.
Trying to find it. Oh, there it is.
This august occasion. Okay, sweet. We got the menu there. All right, folks. We are playing the second part of our TIF 2. Yeah, there we go. Get the headphones. Get the tables!
Leroy Jenkins.
All right, folks. So where were we? I believe we were in the police station doing policey things. Actually, we were doing the exact opposite of policey things. We were not beating black men to death. I mean, what? That's not wrong. I mean, what?
Dude, you're going to get us in trouble again.
Ah, that lovely hypnotic TIF 2 music. I love it. Okay, so we had just read this. Schedule: 7 bells is stakeout, 12 bells, lunch at the Shoalsgate Tavern. What's silver bells? Mosley is becoming an inconvenience. Lately she has been questioning my orders and her conduct regarding the pagans' borders on insubordination. She has always been my best officer before. Why the sudden change? I'm going to give her one more chance to redeem herself. If she fails me again, I'll have to give the case to Hagen. He may not be as good an officer, but he is loyal and vicious. Not the sort to have any moral dilemmas with this kind of assignment. What really puzzles me is that she wants the case so badly. The last time I discussed it with her, I suggested she hand the case over to someone else. She assured me that she'd triple her efforts rather than let go of the assignment. We have a filthy pagan sympathizer in the police. Capos. Alright. Do something here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, let's get the picks out. Ooh, he's got a scene.
Frogaldus asks, have you played Arcanum of Steamworks or Magic Obscura?
That's all the same game title. Oh. Yeah, I have a little bit. It's okay. That was the Troika game. That's the game that Troika made before Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. It's really good. It's really good. I need to play it properly, though. I only played, like, the very first part. You know when you get a new game and you're all keyed up for it, and then you just kind of play the beginning, and then, I don't know, something happens, you're attacked by ninjas. Something happens, especially the ninja attacks, and you just wind up never going back to it. That was kind of what happened to me with Arcanum. Not the game's fault, admittedly. I'm just a lazy cunt. Why do I get the feeling there's like a secret passage in here? Look at that. Oh, we have electric lights in here.
Christian Romero says, talk about COD World War II black women being Nazis.
We was Nazis?
Yes, we was Nazis.
Goddamn ridiculous. And it's looking increasingly like the game is going to be full-on ridiculous. I think, you know, I initially, when they went back to World War II, I thought, oh, they're trying to rip off Battlefield 1, because Battlefield 1 was so successful. Are you guys aware, actually? I wasn't aware of this until I looked up the numbers. Battlefield 1 is the first Battlefield title in, like, forever to actually outsell Call of Duty. It outsold that shit. That's how much people either hated Call of Duty or loved Battlefield 1. I don't know which. I think it was probably a lethal combination of both. But, yeah. What?
Let's see what I can use against our Lieutenant Hagen.
Stephen Russell. Good man.
Terminal Frost donates $5. Hey, Razor.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, can we expect the Ramones mythos? I'm excited for it. Also, thoughts on the band Artillery, if you're aware of them.
Yes, I am aware of the band Artillery. I have one of their albums. I forget which one it fucking is. I wish I could remember. It's over there somewhere. But anyway, yeah, and you can expect a Ramones mythos probably within the week, because I'm pretty far along on editing it. So yes, there's both your questions answered. Ya fuck! And thank you for the dollars. Journal entry 459. So often I hear the whispers of the men. What is the sheriff really planning? Why is he so intent on bringing down the pagans? Maybe the sheriff isn't the man I thought he was. The members of City Watch are filled with doubt. It is my responsibility to see to it that they ignore their doubts. Sheriff Gorman Truart is unlike any man I've ever worked for. He is making the city great again. He has ushered in a new age, and it is up to us to support him unquestioningly. If Sheriff Truart asked me to arrest my own family, I would without any hesitation. Of course, they're filthy commies, so... Why can't Mosley see this? She always questions everything. Why can't she just follow Truart's orders? We are not supposed to think, we are supposed to follow. Well, this is what happens when you let women on the police force.
Oh.
Feminism, because not all women can be attractive. Letter from Truart. Oh, he was crumpled up in the trash can. Lieutenant Hagen, I appreciate your memo regarding the War and Affairs divisions. I have personally investigated the matter and have found no evidence to support your accusation. They have ongoing investigations on the remaining wardens and have made steady progress. They simply don't have enough of a case yet to move against them. As for the missing evidence, my search has determined that they were simply clerical errors. However, I've discovered that several thefts from the vault have recently occurred. These thefts are in no way linked to the Warden Affairs division. I want you to find out who's responsible. Start making inquiries into the other divisions, but stay away from Warden Affairs. Also, discuss this with no one, especially Lieutenant Mosley. What about Lieutenant Mosley Braun? Fucking politics joke. Fuck you people. You should know who this person is. Mosley's inability to handle the pagans has caused me to question her resolve. I have considered handing over the assignment to you, but given Lieutenant Mosley's excellent past record, I want to give her one more chance. Be it so ordered, Sheriff Gorman Truart. Motherfucker, that is officially my new sign-off. Be it so ordered. I give not the faintest of fucks if you like it. That is the new... That is it.
Jay Center donates $5.
Thank you.
Will you ever do a cinema review of RoboCop or Rambo? I desperately want to do Rambo. Maybe even Heartbreak Ridge, another Eastwood gem. So much awesome 80s machismo.
Yeah, we're coming up on 100,000 subscribers. I just want to see if this will break. It does. We're coming up on 100,000 subscribers, and I would like to celebrate it with a movie review of some kind, because that's how we started the show. That was the first episode. But, I'm not sure it'll be any of those. I have a very specific idea of what I'd like to do for 100,000 subscribers for that big celebratory shindig. Ooh, secure record / vault key. Here we go.
Richard Michael Egan donates $2.
Thank you.
Razor, would you do a Blaze Bailey solo band mythos?
Maybe? I'm not as familiar with their shit, so I would feel a little underqualified to do so. But isn't there like a thing here? Like a switch or a... There's something. This is pissing me off because I know there's a secret here somewhere. I just forget where it is.
We have to address this question.
What's up?
What do you think of Assassin's Creed going RPG with Origins? And I say to you, you call that RPG?
Yeah, that's an awfully liberal definition of fucking RPG. Of course, if Skyrim is considered an RPG, and Witcher 3, then I guess pretty much anything can be an RPG. Fucking perk systems instead of stats. I don't get that at all. It's getting harder and harder to protect my garden from harm. Oh, I think we're in Mosley's office now. So many plants die. No matter how hard I try to protect them, they still fall victim to the elements. No matter what anyone tells me, I will not uproot them or cut them down. I don't know what we are doing here anymore. Half the people I give orders to are people I arrested before. Hopefully the war will be over soon and the Baron will return. I don't think I can take much more of Truart's new age, as Hagen so often puts it. Hopefully it's not that twat Baron from the fucking... from Teef. I instructed the mechanist, Brother Artist, to leave you a new key. The key will open the vault as well as the... Okay, gotcha. You know, that's already labeled. I don't really need that game. Whoa. Coming or going? Giggity. Okay. Jesus, look at the texture pack. Just
really good.
Yeah.
This is Unreal 1, right?
It's like a modification of it. The Dark Engine is a proprietary engine, but I know it's like based off of Unreal. That was one of the reasons the Looking Glass Studios went out of business, was because they spent so much money making their own tech instead of just licensing engines.
Before you read, Jay Center donates another $5. To respond to your To respond to your answer, it's cool. Your material is usually top-notch anyway. Also, have you seen the new Wolfenstein trailer? Your thoughts?
Yeah, I was just about to talk about Wolfenstein, because earlier I was talking about Call of Duty and how I thought maybe they were inspired by Battlefield 1. I think, looking at it, they've got, like, steam-powered suits and shit. Have you noticed that? There's, like, weird fucking over-the-top kind of stuff. I'm thinking they're inspired by Wolfenstein for the new World War II game. The new Call of Duty World War II.
Really?
A little bit. It looks a little, because of the women being Nazis and shit, and the fucking, you know, they're not being realistic like Battlefield 1. Well, I know, calling that realistic, it's got lots of inaccuracies, but...
So you're saying that Call of Duty is kind of trying to imitate the Wolfensteins and all that?
Yeah.
For what? More sales?
More sales. It's trying to be more goddamn ridiculous, it feels like.
I don't know.
That's what it looks like to me, because you got guys in fucking steam armor and shit. Like, what is that? I don't remember that in fucking history class.
Yeah, I guess they are being a little liberal with all that.
Yeah.
Zero Cool asks, speaking of RPGs, what's your thoughts on the resurrection of Final Fantasy VII Remake? Like, are you going to play it?
No, I don't fucking see why. Episodic? It's gonna be episodic for one fucking thing.
Actually, I heard a thing where they said it's no longer episodic. I think somebody in the chat can probably correct me on that.
I don't know about that.
But I think they went back on that and said it won't be.
When? Because I haven't heard a goddamn thing about it. That was another thing.
Year.
Wasn't that like 3 fucking years ago that was announced?
Yeah.
3 years. And this is really what I was talking about with my E3 video, is like Sony kept doing this thing where they just pull announcements out of their ass, and then the fanboys would say they won E3, and then we'd never hear anything about them again. And that's pretty much what happened this past E3, with them having nothing to show, because they kept making announcements and they had no games to show. But yeah, anyway, we're still unable to make a case against Madame Volart. Well, fuck. In the time that I was talking there, you guys could read that yourself. So, I'm not gonna. Alright. Man, I feel like there's a fucking switch, or a... Pappy, cut me a switch. Where am I now? I was in the Vice Division. Work's been pretty slow these days. Between Mosley and Warden affairs, every thief in the city is out of business. Can't believe we used to try to stop crime by arresting the thieves. By attacking the bookkeepers and fences, crooks have nowhere to turn to. Besides, who's more anxious about staying out of jail, a criminal or some whiny pencil pusher?
Eric Stone says, Elder Scrolls 6 We was red guards and shit.
It better not be. We have been to Hammerfell 3 fucking times? 4?
No,
If you count one of the cell phone games, we've been there like 3 or 4 times.
It's gotta be Arconia.
It's
the only place
we are not going to fucking Hammerfell. It is such a boring place.
It's the desert.
You dedicated a whole adventure game to it called Redguard. I just don't see why you would bother. But yeah, so many people are like, oh, I want to go to fucking Hammerfell. Like, what the hell?
It's a fucking desert.
Oh, Jesus. Can I? How am I gonna do this?
Careful about running.
I can do this. I've done this before. And I am thus far ghosting, I think. I don't think I've been detected. Listen to that hypnotic soundtrack. I fucking love it. That is perfect.
Ooh, this is a good one. Gold Coin asks, what is your favorite heavy metal version of a video game tune?
Whoa. Woo!
How did he not? Oh, we're in here in the dark.
Favorite heavy metal version of a video game tune? Probably some of the metal covers of the Breath of Fire music.
Who's making that noise?
Oh, God. I bet it was the patriarchy.
Terminal Frost. Oh wait, you still haven't.
No, I think it would probably be there was some really good metal remixes of Breath of Fire 2. I remember. You know, the Mega Man stuff, but that's pretty much metal to begin with.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing. Those were only put into chiptunes because you couldn't mimic the sound of an electric guitar on the NES. He's called Rockman for a reason, fucking hipsters. Still can't figure out who the hell is robbing the 3rd floor evidence vault. I mean, if it ain't us, then who the hell is it? All I know is that it's attracting a lot of unnecessary attention. I've told the rest of the crew to take the long way to the 3rd floor. Hagen is already suspicious of us as it is. Even though the sheriff will keep him off our backs, I still don't want to get on Hagen's bad side. That idiot really thinks that Truart is some kind of hero. Ha! If he only knew what we know.
Terminal Frost donates $2.
Oh! Aha! I knew there was a secret in here somewhere.
Thoughts on Anthrax's debut album, Fistful of Metal?
I don't really care for Anthrax, period. Just not an Anthrax guy at all. So, that's your answer. And Scott Ian is a fucking pube. Jersey jackass. Oh, I love it. God, the level design. The fucking level design. Just unbelievable. Where the hell am I?
So this has come up several times already. We might as well talk about it.
What's up?
The video of Anita Sarkeesian and Sargon.
Sargon is milking that shit, ain't he? And he should. He absolutely should.
Oh, I fucking love it.
He knows exactly. It's fucking brilliant.
Hello?
He's just relishing the fact that they're such abject fucking hypocrites. Which is, you know, goddamn. It's not like it's new information, but Jesus, what a cunt. What a thunder cunt.
So nicely summed up, isn't it?
Cunt is such a descriptive word. Where do I have to get to? It's like I have to get to the evidence vault. Here's the thing. I don't even know. Why was Sarkeesian there? I was saying this before the stream. Why was Sarkeesian even at VidCon? Does anyone even consider her a YouTuber anymore? Does she even do anything? That's the hilarious part about this. She totally fucked the dog, because for a while there, people were leaving her alone, because she hadn't done anything in forever. There was no reason to hurl pejoratives at her or harass her, which admittedly probably happened. I've never contested that Anita Sarkeesian at some point was harassed legitimately. But most people had principled disagreements with her, and that's where... Whoa. Ooh. That was a close shave. Is that the vault? Ooh.
Close that door, boy.
Yeah, but I think I need the combination. I don't have the combination.
Did you finish your thought?
Yeah, I pretty much. But yeah, I don't understand why she was there, basically. It just seems like she's kicking up a hornet's nest, because she's fading in relevance, is what it seems like. Kind of like Johnny Depp this past week.
Richard Michael Egan donates another $5.
Thank you, Richard.
If you could make a supergroup out of your favorite musicians, alive or dead, who would that band consist of? Also, enjoy my money.
I will rub it all over my torso. Let's see. Probably Ripper Owens, George Lynch. Okay, Ripper Owens on vocals, George Lynch on guitar, Mickey D on drums, and who the fuck cares about bass? I mean, let's be real. No? I probably had the key there, but fuck it. You little shit. Brilliantine. Okay, now where do I need to go? There's like a fucking... I need to go to... Hold on a second. Yeah, there's like an evidence storage upstairs. Maybe, you know, I think I passed it, actually. I think I did.
People are saying Lemmy plays bass.
Resurrect Lemmy's corpse. Or Jeff Pilson. Jeff Pilson's really good. Or like Juan Crucier or somebody like that. You know who's a really underrated bassist? Is the original bassist from Deep Purple, Nick Simper. Even though he's got a hilariously ineffectual last name. What the fuck? I feel like there should be a secret in here. Huh. Where? Yeah, I feel like there's, that's the vault anteroom. Where do you find the goddamn combination? I can't believe I am blanking on this. I usually have it by now. Let's try and go through our documents real quick.
Is that you?
Count Mouseferatu donates $5.
Thank you, sir.
We know your opinion on Elric. What are your thoughts on Coram Jalen? Hearsay, if you've read them.
I like Coram. I have a few of the comics. Those are, if you're a Mike Mignola fan, those are, a lot of his earliest work was on the Coram comics. It's really good. Over here. More storage. This seems conspicuously bare. Huh. Interesting.
Don't want you to lose your train of thought, but were you, done?
Yeah, that's pretty much, I have read some of the Coram books, not all of them. Yikes. And I enjoyed what I read. So, sorry guys, as you know, I am horrendous at multitasking. I'm really not the ideal Let's Player at all. I cannot play and talk. Continue.
What are your thoughts on Vampire Hunter D? Says Gambit fan.
Love Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust. The original anime is a little slow and bleh, and the animation isn't so good. Exactly. Only Lilene in this game actually works.
And then,
And it's in a game that's worth actually fucking playing.
I've lost the message, but somebody asked,
What's
how are you
up?
enjoying this Arizona heat? I don't know if any of you have noticed, but people are posting pictures on Facebook. Mailboxes are melting. And I saw another picture of a recycling bin almost completely melted.
Wow.
In the sun.
It's pretty ridiculous. It's not as bad. I mean, one day when I was a little kid, that was when we broke the record. 122, 123 degrees, something like that. Something stupid like that. And I didn't know this until after I came home, but that day I went and got my hair cut. I remember. It was the last haircut I ever had. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, like, I was out in the heat. I mean, it's not that bad when it's dry, you know, but the problem, I think the reason people are complaining right now is because it's so fucking humid at the same time. It's like you're walking outside into a fucking blast furnace, fucking a sauna.
Oh, right. We were talking about Sargon and Nita at VidCon. We didn't finish that.
Something there?
Really, she's just milking it, and she's a
Yeah.
hypocrite. I mean, it's like
She's going for. I'm gonna save scum this part
Looks like it's peaceful again.
because I don't know which direction she's gonna turn.
Say again?
Probably left. Probably left.
Don't get paid for jumping at nothing. Hey, look there.
Don't worry about it.
real quick. Kestrel Merriweather donated $2.
Actually, oops, sorry about that. Let's try that again. I wasn't really spotted, but, you know, I'll just load for convenience sake so you guys don't have to sit there and watch me.
What are your thoughts on the
up?
1982 Conan movie? I believe it's talking about
need a nap.
Barbarian?
Won't be so spooked then.
I don't think that's Destroyer.
Yeah, Conan the Barbarian. Classic fucking movie. Never liked James Earl Jones as, Thulsa Doom. Yeah, thank you. Because he's nothing like the Thulsa Doom in the pulps.
Right.
Nothing like Thulsa Doom in the novels or anything.
Was he more like comic bookish bad guy, or like how was he portrayed?
He was bigger and buffer, and like James Earl Jones is a flabby old dude.
Right.
It's just not right. Shit, I could have gone
Something there?
past. I could have gone past there. God damn it, that was my bad.
Oh. Looks like
Oh,
it's
well,
peaceful
I'll
again.
have to do a smooth move here if I can.
Before we move off from the topic of Conan, I want to say something about the new Conan movie being made.
Ugh.
I just want to say, I don't think it should be called King Conan. I think
Well, they already changed it.
I think if the first movie was called Conan the Barbarian and the second one was called Conan the Destroyer,
Yeah.
I think the third movie should be called Conan the Conqueror. His rise to and rule as king.
Well, isn't that what they're doing?
Well, I don't know what the new title is.
I know they're not going with King Conan. I know that.
But, you know, fuck that other movie. That one doesn't exist.
Which one? Oh, right. Jason Momoa.
The one we don't talk of.
The what was it rape movie?
And now we continue off of that subject forever. Jared Martinez donates $10.
Thank you.
Hey, RazörFist, I saw your middle mythos on Queen. And I have to say, I teared up when I heard you describe Mother Love and how that was Freddie's last track, man.
Yep.
I was bawling tears, man. Good shit.
Thank you. Although a lot of people misunderstood when I said that he died in the middle of making the song. He didn't literally die in the recording booth. He just couldn't finish making the song. He didn't have any more energy to record. He would literally, towards the end, Freddie Mercury was so sick, he could only record like a line at a time. And they would just, when he felt well enough, they would use him to the max. And that was, you know, they weren't milking him or anything. That was, Freddie wanted that. He wanted something to do. He wanted it to be productive. They had a big meeting at some point with the whole band, and Freddie just said, all right, whenever I feel well, you're just gonna push me into the recording studio, and I'm gonna record as much as I can, and we're gonna get as much music done as possible. And Mother Love was one of many songs where they didn't even have the music done, because they knew he was so sick at that point that it was like they were on borrowed time. So they were literally recording songs without any music. It was just, he was recording random vocal sounds in the recording booth just because he had the energy and there weren't even songs to go with them. And then the songs were written later. A good example of that is a tune called You Don't Fool Me, where Freddie literally just, he was sitting in the recording booth and was like, okay, I'll just do some random noises. And, and some dude, after he was dead, the producer, I forget his name, he did the last 3 Queen albums, I believe. Dave Richards, I want to say. He did the last, he was just sitting in the recording booth and he had Freddie's vocal tracks on there, and so he just, like, started messing around with a keyboard and the fucking production, and he just turned it into a song. It was nothing but just random voices, random noises that Freddie was doing, which is pretty impressive for, David Richards deserves a lot of credit for that album being as good as it was.
Gizmo Hibiki donates $2.
Thank you.
Sup. Thoughts on Emer Prevost and Asa Drama?
Is there drama? I don't even know.
I don't know what those words mean.
Oh,
those are names. Okay.
Well, Helsing 920. Yeah, I have no. Helsing, I've had no problems with him at all. He's gonna be the announcer in my the second episode of the Shadow Radio drama. Ugh. So I have no idea. Sorry, man. I wish I could answer your question. I don't even know what the fuck is going on.
And Magix donates $5 and doesn't say anything, but thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Well, I wonder... There is an... There's like an evidence storage. Let me look at this real quick. Because there is definitely a... Ooh, target range. There is definitely a room where you get... Where the fuck? Yeah, there we go. It's right over here. Secure Records Hall. And there's like a... There's a stairwell that you go up to first floor. There's a stairwell that you go up. This is where the... Aha! There we are. Okay. That's where I need to go. Gotcha. Fucking hell. But this is one of the interesting things about Thief. You know, you're warring with the navigation as much as you are with just basic sneaking and stealth and staying hidden. You're actually, you know, because you have these rudimentary maps, and you're just given a map and a compass, and you have to figure it out yourself, which
but
I really like.
What about your checkpoint markers and your
glowing objective trails
and your XP for headshots?
Right.
Motherfuckers. All right.
I think they're in video game hell.
Mike Merchant donates $2.
Thank you, Mike.
Thoughts on the game Phoenix Point?
I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Either.
I'd like to help you on that one and answer your question, but I have no fucking clue what that is.
Magix does have a question. Hey Razor, are you familiar with Riot? What do you think of their album Thundersteel?
Haven't heard Thundersteel, but I have definitely heard Riot, and I liked them. They have ridiculous album covers, though. Jesus fucking Christ, there's a fucking baby seal on the cover of one? Like, I don't even know. I don't know what kind of drugs you have to snort, and or huff, and or rub on your gums to think that's the fucking cover to go with.
Whoa. Must be one of them grubbers again.
And Gambit Fan has a very relevant question to us. What are your thoughts on the Solomon Kane movie, and do you think the character could make a comeback?
I really like that movie. You know,
very good.
Yeah, that movie kicked ass. And are you aware that actually in the mythos, somebody, I forget who it was, it's semi-official though, someone did like a family tree of pulp heroes, and Solomon Kane is actually the ancestor of the Shadow. He's like the great uncle, grandfather, something of Lamont Cranston, Kent Allard, whatever.
This place is so...
Which is pretty cool. Yeah, you can actually look this up. It's like a pulp heroes family tree.
Gizmo Hibiki donates $3.
Ooh.
Is there a ban list in regards of video topics for you? I guess, is there anything off limits that you consider?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like when you make videos, just random.
Guess I could use some target practice.
No, I mean, nothing off limits as such. Just, you know, stuff that I'm not terribly interested in. Oh, come on now. Damn it. You fuck. Ah! There's a secret here. Come on now. Haha. Oh, no? I didn't quite hit it flush. I heard it. Ooh, free arrows. Free arrows for all. I love that. I also love how Elder Scrolls fucking transparently stole that too. Where you can pick up the arrows after. Ah. Beautiful. I don't know why that switch didn't go off. I heard it. Was that an invisibility potion? I think I got an invisibility potion.
Kestrel Merriweather donates $5.
Thank you.
Hey, Razor. What's the deal with Capcom and their inability to cross the uncanny valley?
You mean their inability to stop filling their games with sexy, objectifying women in the Street Fighter? Did you see that shit?
No, what?
Fucking Kotaku or
fuck
some
You
asshole
can
fucking
just
website.
Stop right there with Kotaku said, and I don't care.
Someone, they're immediately like, because of Street Fighter V and some Latina character with big tits was advertised.
Oh, well, yeah, Blanca's replacement, whatever her name was.
Yeah, Blanco Nina, whatever her name was. And she was revealed, and she, I don't know, she's a buxom lady, I suppose, and so they took offense to that, because why not? It's 2017, we're taking offense to fucking everything. Can you imagine if, like, Dolly Parton had to deal with this shit? You know what I mean? Like, when you really get down to it, yes, I understand these women are designed. This is whatever. Oh, the lineup. Huh!
I wonder how many times Garrett's been in that room.
Not often, because he's good at his job. Ooh, there's a courtyard here. Boy, the trees look so much better. Alright.
Darth Zenith.
Here we go.
Darth Zenith donates $2. Free arrows are a natural human right. Vote Bernie.
Did you hear Bernie is being investigated by the FBI over misplacement of funds or something?
Is anyone surprised?
I don't...
Did you see that What's-Her-Name is finally going to get investigated for passing along those debate questions?
Good!
What the fuck is her name?
Plausible deniability, I think is her name.
Yeah, that's right.
Some nappy-headed hoe.
Oh. Anderson Paladin donates $5 in Monopoly money. Hey, Razor, are you excited for the new Call of Cthulhu game?
Yes!
I am, but I want to see gameplay. Have they released gameplay?
They've shown screenshots and stuff and concept art, but it's, you know, it's not From Software, but
It's Focus.
Focus Home Interactive. I always get FromSoft and Focus Interactive mixed up. But, yeah, it's from them, so it's got a chance. You know, the only middle market developers, really, that are left.
Well, they're publishing them, not making it. But I get what you mean.
Lord Money Rammstein. Activity embezzling money from his business partner overseas.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of Bernie.
Thank you, Zero Cool. It's Loretta Lynch.
Thank you. Lady Van Vernon! Activity, frequent adultery. The funny part about this is if you play Life of the Party, probably one of the greatest missions ever designed, there's a brilliant shouting match that happens between guards on opposite sides of the street. And they're arguing, one of them's Lord... Fuck, what is Lord... I forget the Lord's name, but the lady is Lady Van Vernon. And they're rivals, and so the guards are rivals.
Oh.
They're like medieval fanboys. So, you better go rescue your limp lord before he founders in his own vomit. And the other guard says, well, you better find your lady. or else she'll be warming up the stable, boy, or something like that. Okay, here we go. Maintenance code for the vault is
I should write that down.
4026. Being able to write down things in your map. Look at that. Look at that. Fucking glorious. And that's just an extension of the Ultima Underworld
On to the vault.
feature where you can write notes and shit down in your map.
Ah, thank you, Alfredo. Donna Brazil was the one who passed on the questions,
Yes.
not Lynch.
Yeah, Donna Brazil.
Hidden entrance.
Well, fuck them both. CML 1919 asks, "What's your take on the new Bard Steel?" I didn't even know there was a new one.
Yeah, I had no idea. What is this? Oh, we're in a cubicled area. Well, let's climb down.
Richard Michael Egan donates another $2.
Thank you, Richard.
Speaking of Rammstein Mythos?
I don't know enough about their album, although I do reference them. I just recorded a rant that I still need to edit and put together and whatnot, where I actually referenced one of their songs, but I'm not really familiar enough. The only album that I heard in earnest was, is it Rice? The one from like 2003 or something, because I was working in a record store and it was in the play stock and I had to hear that fucking album back to front like a dozen goddamn times. Grieve Street, paganism. Balma Drive, pagan sympathy. Pearson Manor, harboring a pagan. Assault/crossbow usage. I love it. I love it, I love it. Let's go down here. So much detail. God damn. And this isn't even one of the more detailed missions. What's this? Burglary. Criminal mischief to street lamp. Let me guess, he peed on it. Ooh. Nice. What is my goal on the... Drop the personal item in the 3rd floor vault and then steal the strong box and leave it in Lieutenant Hagen's office to frame him. Gotcha.
Eternal Fire asks, "What are your thoughts on the Preacher comic and show?"
The show is less than good. The comic is pretty good. I've read it a few times. It's not one of my favorites or anything. Might even be a little on the overrated side, but I still like it.
It just surprised the hell out of me that they drew out that first season. Like, the end of the first season, that is like...
An issue.
3 pages into the fucking comic.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Well, you know what it is? Probably AMC is like, shit, we ran out of source material
help
with
me like this
Walking
thing.
Dead in like 3 episodes, so we should probably stretch this out a little more. That's probably what it is.
Mr. Iron War donates $2. Do you have any favorite?
Ooh!
Do you have any favorite robots?
Favorite robots?
Liberty Prime comes into mind immediately. Communist detected.
Better dead than red. I love it. The Iron Giant's pretty badass.
Oh yeah.
I'm a huge Oz fan, so like TikTok and the Tin Man are always going to be favorites of mine personally. And Tin Man in the books is a fucking killing machine. He murders the shit out of flying monkeys. Like he gives less than a fuck. You could fit all the fucks he has to give in his non-existent heart.
Zero Cool asked me if I've seen the latest Resident Evil movie, and yes, actually, I did catch that.
Ugh.
And wow, Leon continues to be a badass. But I will say this about the latest movie.
Are you talking about the 3D one?
Yep. It turns Chris and Leon into straight up murderers.
Yeah.
And you can watch it for yourself to figure that out, but my god. Let's see. Communism is a lie. Communism is the very definition of failure.
Have I told you lately that I love you?
Freedom is the sovereign right of all Americans. Democracy is non-negotiable.
Rageaholics, you are the wind beneath my wang.
Chinese red menace detected. Communism is an insignificant obstacle on the road to freedom.
Oh, you get no medals for false alarms.
Oh my god. Did you ever know that you're my hero, Rageaholics? Alright, so I need to get up. Yeah.
Oh yes, and we might as well bring up the Steam Summer Sale.
Yes!
Lots of good deals.
Lots of them.
System Shock 1 and 2 is like $3.
And if you play the free Hitman demo, Hitman is on sale too, from what I understand. The full version, the only version you should bother with. Let's be real here. That fucking episodic horse shit. Nobody wants that.
Ultraman ZX donates $10.
Sorry his mother ever taught him how to read. What's
This summer sale, I bought the Eidos bundle, gaining myself all
Probably
the Thieves,
just-
Hitmans, and Deus Ex for $60. My PC now has better games than my Xbone.
That's not hard to do.
Who would win in a fight, the Shadow or Elric?
Oh shit. Well, Elric is kind of all powerful with Stormbringer. Let's be real. Depends on if Stormbringer is going to cooperate. Really, that's who the battle would be with. It would be a battle between the Shadow and Stormbringer.
If Shadow could manipulate Stormbringer, or Stormbringer sees the Shadow as a better, like, host or a better, someone better to serve.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Stormbringer can take any form. It's not just a sword.
Right.
So, Stormbringer could literally become the Shadow's 1911s.
Zero Cool. The answer is Daredevil.
Yes. Whoa. Whoa. Ooh, that was a close shave. This is good stuff. All right.
Kathy Griffin, ISIS extraordinaire, says, favorite Symphony X album?
I'm
not familiar.
Me either. Not enough with Symphony X. 4026.
Eddie the Bunny donates $1 but does not say anything. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, you mute fucking... Oh, nice! It shuts
Better
off.
do this quick.
Yes. Okay, where's the damn thing. Where is it? Yeah, there's a time limit on this, if I remember correctly. Okay. Where's the scarf? Where's the damn scarf? Where's the damn scarf? Alright, drop that evidence in there. We got the Skrilla. We got the Skrilla. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Coscom100 donates $5. Bring back the Red Terror. Trotty skits get the bullet too.
Trotskyists.
Trotskyists.
Yes. They should get the bullet too. Who was the bitch with the unibrow that he fucked? The one that the Selma Hayek movie?
You're asking the wrong person.
Alright, here we go. The artist! The painter! Why am I blanking on her name?
Pollock?
No!
I'm just gonna start listing off artists.
Why were...
Bob Ross?
Yeah. And here's a happy little capitalist.
Let's see. Count Mouseferatu donates another $5.
Okay. As soon as she goes by, I'm gonna try and do this. If this fails, I'm gonna blame you guys. Or the game. Or my
Something
controller.
there?
Since we've opened this can of worms, Stormbringer,
Okay.
or the Hand of Quill, and the Eye of Rude.
Stormbringer. Let's see here. Okay, Lieutenant Mosley's office is the third door on the left.
Tits McGee donates $5.
Busty St. Clair.
Last,
Chesty LaRue.
last weekend, some dude tried to impress me with his Gorgoroth knowledge by quoting your mythos nearly verbatim.
Yes!
Including including the Gaul rant.
Seriously! You know you're on your way when people are stealing your shit. People have been stealing my jokes for a long time, though. Especially, it's hilarious because, like, in threads where people are bashing me, they'll be stealing my jokes. It's like, wait a minute! I think you're doing it wrong, guys. I think you're supposed to actually grow a talent first. Y'all know that's not gonna happen.
And people are saying the artist was Frida Kahlo.
Frida, thank you! Frida.
Holy crap. Burgermeister Burger donates $20.
Here we go. We have successfully framed Hagen. Thank you.
Razor, to you, what features makes a stealth game worth playing? How about the Manhunt series?
The key to a good stealth game is you have to feel like you're somewhere you shouldn't be, doing something you shouldn't do, and at any moment it could go wrong. That's what it is. You feel at once inordinately powerful in certain circumstances and like the least powerful speck of dirt, just with one roll of the dice. That's really the key to a proper stealth game. If you don't nail that, then you've kind of... And that's fundamentally, that's one of the main problems with Dishonored, is that you're so powerful that they can never manufacture that feeling of like, oh shit, at any moment, you know. You can die, that's true, but it's such a crapshoot. All you really need is the right power at the right time, and you can instantly avoid that, so...
And part 2. Also, Anthem is going to suck harder than Beyond Good and Evil 2's Jason Statham monkey character art stuffed inside Bob Chipman's man vagina.
Stupid. It's probably just some
Well,
rookie.
there you go. That wasn't a stolen joke from me.
Did you really say that?
No, it wasn't. No, no, that was literally an original joke, so...
Kestrel Merriweather donates another $5.
Thank you, Kestrel.
Be it Nazism, fascism, or
Bolshevism.
Bolshevism.
Yeah.
They're all the same incestuous ideology.
They are, and they all derive from the left.
All shall be rent asunder by the hot, sticky American napalm.
Oh, God. Only if we keep Nancy Pelosi in office.
I like seeing things I don't know.
I think she caught... Yeah, she actually saw me. That was my bad.
Eddie the Bunny donates $2.
Thank you, Ed.
History is written by the observer. Propaganda is.
Propaganda is?
That's what he says.
Propaganda is written by the victor.
Oh, okay.
I believe that is from Thief. I believe that's a quote from one of the Thief games, right? Am I crazy, or is that's from that's definitely from a game that I've played. I think it's Thief. I think it's from one of the Keeper quotes. Could be wrong though. But that's just my opinion. I could be wrong.
Oh, I think he wanted you to finish the quote.
Oh, propaganda's written by the victor. Yeah. Aw, I'm gonna lose my rope arrow. I wanna...
Thief Deadly Shadows.
Thief Deadly... Yes. It is from Thief Deadly Shadows. And that's appropriately because the, that game, you know, the first game is about the pagans going insane. This game is about the Hammerites going insane. And the third game is about the Keepers going insane. And the fourth game is about the game developers going insane. So, it's appropriate. Exit to main gate. How do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? The front desk is probably the best way to go here. That's usually the way that I go. Path of least resistance.
When do we go after the real villain?
Why is this game still so amazing?
Magix donates $5.
Thank you, Magix. Very generous this evening.
There's been a lot of burbling about Elder Scrolls 6 taking place in the Black Marsh. However unlikely. What are your thoughts on that kind of setting? I'm fine with it.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
It would just... You know what I'm tired of is... every game just being kind of a minor reskin of the one before it, where the game kind of functions the same, the environment doesn't really change how you play at all. Like, even Morrowind, even going back to Morrowind wasn't that different. You would occasionally hit a sandstorm, but otherwise, you know, it was pretty normal. Skyrim, you'd have snowstorms, but it didn't affect you at all. Although they did have the dragon attacks. But anyway, you did have the dragon attacks, but only occasionally. So I would want, if it were Black Marsh, I would want for, like, swimming to be a major component, and for the game to actually function differently. Like, if you watch my video on the future of Elder Scrolls, which I recommend, I proposed that the game, one of the proposals that I had, was to set it in elsewhere, in the Khajiit homeland, mainly because the arid environment with sandstorms and, you know, you would have... I would add, like, a survival component, like what Fallout 4 had, like what Fallout New Vegas had, where you actually have to monitor how much, you know, water you're taking in. You could have kind of a nightmare survival difficulty. Not every player would have to do that, obviously, for all the casuals, but it would be cool. You could have, like, a nightmare survival difficulty mode, like in Fallout New Vegas, so you didn't die in the desert. Let's sit back and watch this.
Seems like the consequences of my occupation have finally caught up with me. I went to the Crippled Burg pub to meet Sammy about unloading some merchandise. The smell of ale and smoke from the place wasn't enough to cover up the stench of an ambush. A couple of watch officers were there waiting for me. Judging by the look on Sammy's face, I'd say he sold me out.
Nice guy.
They didn't seem interested in bringing me in either.
They bought him a house by the
were looking
lake.
for swift justice. Fortunately, I always have an ace up my sleeve. I better get back to my place fast and try to figure out what to do next. I just have to get past these guys, and and the rest of the city's finest out on patrol.
Guy's a rat. I smell a rat. Taffer leaks.
Coscom donates another $5.
Thank you.
Better get
Make
moving
Elder
before they see
Scrolls
me.
6 that Skyrim Vietnam mod.
Let's see here. Oh, now we actually get into the city. This is a cool map.
Yeah, it is.
This is really cool. You actually have to just make it back to your...
Oh my
You have to escape. There's like a police cordon around the pub that you just escaped. And now you have to make it back to your apartment, and it is the city.
This is so much more detailed than Deadly Shadows.
It is.
Shale Bridge is up in the north, you see that?
Yeah, Shale Bridge Road is way over here. No, and this is a huge map. And lots of different... There's sewers in here, and lots of ways to get around. So I need to get to my apartment. Where is my apartment?
Jared,
My home is in the northwest, so I'm somewhere around here. I think it's around the old gate.
Jared Manarino. Manarino. Sorry, I slaughtered that. Donates $20.
Thank you.
Emergency subject change.
What's up?
What is
on?
your
The city
real
watch are all over
opinion
the place.
of MechWarrior Online? Hold nothing back. From a longtime clanner, Star Adder for life.
Like I said, it gets old fast is the main problem, and that's because it's a Twitch shooter. It's a fucking Twitch shooter. They took a game that is based off of a series of mech sims, and they turned it into a mindless fucking Twitch shooter. It's more tactical, perhaps, than other Twitch shooters, and it's fun for an evening if you just want to shit away your evening, you know, one Friday night or whatever the fuck, playing MechWarrior Online. I think it subsists fairly well within that vacuum of influence. But once you step outside of that and actually try and make it a nightly thing, MechWarrior Online becomes one of the most blathering fucking bores you will ever endure in your likely short life if you continue playing MechWarrior Online. It's just so fucking boring. It's repetitive. I think it runs into a lot of problems that shooters do. Like, people already are talking about, oh, Battlefield 1 got old. Oh, Battlefield 1 is stale. Well, that happens in about the third match you have in MechWarrior Online. You know what I mean? And at least Battlefield 1 has enough DLC to keep it interesting. And, Jesus Christ, did they fist fuck the skill tree shit with the new mechs. They added a new update where you used to have, like, disciplines and shit so you could upgrade your mechs. Now they've got, like, a fucking sphere grid, like from Final Fantasy X, which is... Is there a worse leveling up system than Final Fantasy X? Because if there is, I certainly haven't found it.
Dangerous? They
Final
say
Fantasy
they want him dead
12,
or
the
alive.
license board.
But it looks
What
to
a
me like
perma
they
go
prefer
fuck.
dead. And how do you know that? I was at the pub. Saw a couple of bluecoats ambush the guy there. He managed to get away, though. Never seen anyone move that fast before. He just vanished into the
Goddamn
shadows.
ninja.
My.
Mr. Iron War donates $2.
Whoa.
Who's your favorite Ronin warrior?
Kento of Hard Rock. Shu, whatever you prefer.
And Tits McGee donates $5. So you said you would talk about meeting Katy Hudson.
Yeah, so I watched that video with Gavin McInnes. Now, she's been going steadily insane. Am I wrong? Like, Katy Perry is going insane. She's gone hardline feminist of late. Mind you, know, the bitch married Russell Brand, an avowed womanizer and fucking heroin addict, so she, you know, she's not all the way there to begin with. But, so yeah. And I didn't even realize this at the time, by the way. My family goes on a vacation. This is like 2001, 2, 3, somewhere thereabouts. We went to Monterey, California for a racing event. I don't know if it was NASCAR. My grandpa used to be a NASCAR driver. So we went to Monterey. Nice. We went to Monterey to see this racing event. And at the same time, so we get into Monterey, California, and we're like looking for a hotel room, and we can't get one. we wait for an hour. I assume we had to wait for the previous occupant to goddamn die. It took so fucking long. And finally we get a hotel room, and it's at this complete shithole called the Blue Moon Inn or something. You'd never go there. Jesus fucking Christ, it was awful. The fucking sheets were crispy. And so we stay in this room, and we're wondering, why was it so hard to get a hotel room? It was just a NASCAR event. Like, what? I can't imagine the NASCAR crowd is slamming the hotel industry in Monterey, California this hard. And it turned out there was a Christian music festival in town as well. Spirit West Coast. And so they had, and it was right next to the NASCAR event. I mean, 20 yards from it. It was right there. If you went to Spirit West Coast or whatever, you could literally walk and go to the racing event. So they had the private area, like you couldn't just walk over there and listen to the bands perform, although you could certainly hear them. Not unless you bought a ticket. Oops.
Don't you want a woman to keep you warm?
What for? This uniform is plenty warm enough. And it's not even cold out tonight.
Oh my god. Benny. Forever alone. But anyways, so they had kind of the private area where the bands would actually perform, and you could hear them, but you couldn't really see them and whatever. And that's where all the stages were. And then they had kind of a public area where anybody, even if you didn't buy a ticket, could go. So while I was bored, because I find people driving in a circle to be a mind-numbing fucking bore, I walk over to the Spirit West Coast. I mean, it's Christian music, but at least there's people over there. And they had this big tent set up for all the artists. They were literally doing signings, and the signings were open to the public. You didn't have to buy a ticket. So they had this big tent, and there were a bunch of artists, and they're all sitting there signing, and I don't know any of them. But this is the early 2000s, so there's like, that was the time when there were all those crossover Christian artists, like female Christian artists, like Jackie Velasquez and Rachel Lampa, and they were kind of having like big hits on the radio, even though they were loopy fucking Christians. And so during that time, they had quite a few people waiting in line to talk to them. And I'm looking over, and like some chick has a huge line of people, and they're waiting to talk to her and whatever. And then there's just this random girl, this random blonde chick, and she's sitting at a table, and it's like, come meet WWE superstar Virgil. Yeah. Like, she's all alone. Blonde chick. And she's wearing like, just looks normal, and she's got like Oshkosh bagosh like overalls on, and she's just sitting there, and I'm like, I'm just bored out of my mind. I'm just sitting there like kicking the dirt. I'm mind-numbingly bored, and I'm like punk rock guy at the time, because I'm in high school. I'm way into the Ramones and Rancid and shit. So I've got my Liberty spikes, my lime green Liberty spike hair going on, and I got spikes on, and I do not look like I belong in Christian Town at all. And I forget if she waved me over or if I went over and talked to her. I felt bad for her. And all we talked about was like, yeah, whatever, this and that. And I remember at the time I had just come back from volunteering in Japan, teaching kids Japanese. And Katy Perry, folks, is like the fucking weeb of the century. She was called Katy Hudson at the time. Right. She just introduced herself. I had never heard of her. And I never